What a bleeping disaster. Good Lord. The Jets lose in embarrassing fashion to the Miami Dolphins on Monday Night Football. And now we need to dump another player that caused some inexcusable mistakes. Let's go.
I'm gonna lose my gosh darn bananas. Boy Green Daily starts now. Zoinks!
Boy Green, Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily. Let's go!
Put your seatbelts on. Get ready for the ride. We're the freaking New York Jets, and we're built for this shit.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? I'm Paul Leston Jr., a.k.a. Boy Green. I'm the New York Jets digital reporter for Heavy.com. Welcome to Boy Green Daily, a daily New York Jets video show, also available wherever you get your podcast. I am your host for today's festivities, and boy, oh boy, the Jets are 0-4. That's a hard pill to swallow. I didn't think there was any chance we'd be here, and yet here we are. Here we sit. The Jets face this do-or-die game. Hey, man, you got to get off the mat. It's an 0-3 Dolphins team. You got to get off the mat. You got to get off the mat, and the Jets did not get off the mat. They did the opposite of getting off the mat, and they shot themselves in the foot with way, way, way too many mistakes. Teams can't win football games when they, and let's go through it. Teams can't win football games when they have 13 penalties for 101 yards. Teams can't win games when they lose the turnover battle 3-0. And they can't win games when they are so inept on special teams that you just continue to shoot yourself in the foot. So there's an article in the YouTube description down below. Like the video, hit subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. As a matter of fact, right? So let me break the fourth wall here real quick. Then we'll get into the Isaiah Williams stuff. There were several of you in the Boy Green Coffee Club community that said, Paul, you know what? We'd love for you to start doing play-by-play watch parties. That'd be a lot of fun. You don't really do them, but it'd be cool. Like, give it a whirl. I'm like, all right, I'll do it. And so I'd never really done it before outside of the random Week 18 game last year. We do that first one, the Steelers. It's awesome. And then I'm like, whoa. A lot of subscribers jumped on the train. They really enjoyed this live watch party thing. I said, oh, cool. And for the first time since doing these watch parties, every time I've done these watch parties, like the subscriber count has grown significantly. There's been like 40, 50 people. They're like, yeah, man, I'm in. Whoever the hell you are, I'm in. Right. So I do this game last night and I'm like, man, I'm thinking to myself, I don't say this to anybody. I'm like, primetime game, if we get something cooking here, we could get a huge amount of subscribers, new amount. You want to know what happened last night? We lost subscribers. People said, you know what? I've had enough. And I can't blame them. They left. Like unsubscribed, said, no thanks. I no longer want to be a part of this. Good Lord. And again, it's hard to blame them when that's going on, which is just unbelievable. So anywho, let's get to it with Isaiah Williams. Goose Fraba. Okay, so Xavier Gibson, right? We've got him. A lot of us are like, we probably shouldn't have Xavier Gibson. He's not very good. But we're like, sure. All right, Jets coaching staff says we're going to bring him in. Week 1, terrible fumble. Immediately the Steelers cash in for a touchdown. Cost the Jets game. A few days later, Aaron Glenn's like, get the hell out of here. Xavier Gibson leaves, and now he's bouncing around the league. A few days later, the Jets they sign Isaiah Williams off the Cincinnati Bengals practice squad. Said, here's a return man, 24-year-old, had a cup of coffee at the Lions. This is our guy. And to be honest, leading into this Week 4 game, he had done a whole lot of nothing. Not really impressive at all. Hadn't really done anything of note. And then we go into this game. And Isaiah Williams has 2 inexcusable mistakes. 2 inexcusable mistakes that he should not have a job right now. I don't normally like calling for people's jobs, but, when it's time to go, it's time to go. And, oh, my God, Isaiah Williams cannot stay on this team. He cannot. I'm going to show you these things. Well, I'm going to show you 2 things here. I'm going to show you things out of order, but it doesn't matter. There's 2 mistakes Isaiah Williams made last time. Number 1, the first one that happened was, so let's set the scene. Let's set the scene for you. The Jets shot themselves in the foot throughout the entire game, but particularly in the first half. They shoot themselves in the foot a lot, and they should have been down a lot. But somehow at the end, Nick Folk hits a career-long 58-yard field goal at the end of the first half, and somehow the Jets are only down a touchdown. How did this happen? Unbelievable. The Jets should be totally out of this game based on all the mistakes they made. But they're only down a touchdown. It's 10-3. We're like, well, there's some solace. In the second half, we received the kickoff. So maybe we could get some momentum. Points. Got Nick Folk points at the end of the first half. Turn around, get points in the second half. Great. So Dolphins kick the ball to the Jets, and it looks like it's going out of bounds, which, for those who don't know, that's a penalty for an illegal kick out of bounds. The Jets would have automatically gotten the ball at the 40-yard line. Wow, would have been a great start to the drive. Terrific. Isaiah Williams saves it from going out of bounds. Why? None of us are sure. And he sort of skirts the sideline, almost steps out of bounds in his attempt to save it, which again, if he just lets it go, we get at the 40-yard line. He returns it for 30 yards and proceeds to fumble said ball. Dolphins score a touchdown immediately. It was so reminiscent of the Steelers game, where the game's 10-3, one-score game. Okay, we're right in this thing. And then all of a sudden, a key fumble. And now all of a sudden it goes from 10-3, 17-3. Oh, Jesus, what happened? And that's hard to explain because that ball went right out of bounds. That ball would have went right out of bounds. That makes no sense. But here's the one that's even harder to explain, quite frankly. What happened here? What happened? Let me throw this up from Ari Meroff. Okay, what's going on here? Where is it? Let me make sure I mute it if we don't want any. I don't care. I just want the video. What is going on here? What is this? 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 Isaiah Williams calling a fair catch at the 2-yard line. What in the name of everything that's holy is going on here? He started at the 10-yard line. He started to back up, and he took a fair catch at the 2-yard line. That ball was clearly going into the end zone. And you want to know, here's the additional context here for this game. The Jets defense had finally gotten a 3-and-out. They had finally stopped the Dolphins. That's phenomenal. They've gotten, and I talked about it on the broadcast last night, complimentary football. The defense gets a 3-and-out against the Dolphins offense, and it gives you the ball back, and hopefully you can cash in on there, like they're passing the baton, one of those relay races. Hey, Jets offense, here you go. Here's the baton. But it never gets to Jets offense because Isaiah Williams calls a fair catch at the 2-yard line. Instead of the Jets running a normal drive, they have to play the field position battle and just say, we can't get a safety here because of Isaiah Williams. What an idiot. What is he doing? What is he doing? Well, I'm saying, hey, Isaiah, what are you doing here? Actually, Isaiah Williams was asked about that after the game. Let's hear from Isaiah Williams on this play.
On the fair catch.
Fair catch, man. Just thinking too much, man. Trying to make a play. Last minute C22. Forget where I'm at in the field. But just stuff that can't happen. Something that we work on, and I know, like, it's stuff that I know, and just stuff that I can't do.
Trying to make a play. This is trying to make a play? This? I just talked about it. The Jets have shot themselves in the foot a million times. Over 100 penalty yards, 3 turnovers. And then when you got stupid shit like this happening, what can you do? How are the Jets ever going to win a game this season when this is the crap that we're getting? The stupidity, the terrible coaching, the terrible tackling, and then we're supposed to have some solace like, 3 of the 4 Jets lost are by 1 score. I don't want any of that moral cookie bullshit, man. This was do or die. I told you, if the Jets lost to the Dolphins, there'd be no silver linings. There'd be no, you see, no. You should have won the game, and you didn't. And you blew it. Turnovers, penalties, mistakes. Isaiah Williams should be off the team. He shouldn't have even taken the team blind back to New Jersey, New York. Stay there. There's got to be someone else on the planet that won't fumble the returns and won't call fair catches at the 2-yard line. And if we say, well, we need to find that person, then I'm willing to move on from, sometimes, people cheat, right? They have a girlfriend and sometimes they cheat and, they start messing around, but they still want the thing they have, and then they're messing around, trying other things. I don't care about the other thing. I just want to move on from Isaiah Williams, and literally anyone else will do. Anyone else. He sucks. Football IQ and the toilet. Fumbling. He both of these, and this is the worst part, that both of these mistakes by Isaiah Williams are self-inflicted mistakes. They're self-inflicted wounds. There's sometimes I'm trying to think of one of the mistakes that happened. No, I mean, all those were self-inflicted too. So I was about to say, Braylon Allen. Nope. He stretched over the goal line, got the ball punched down. Justin Fields, trying to do too much on 4th and 5, and he fumbles. No. But sometimes there's mistakes where it's the other, it's like you're playing another team on the other side, that they made a great play. And you're like, damn, nothing you can do about that. They just made a great play. That did not happen in any of these mistakes. It's Isaiah Williams being an idiot. And it's an inexcusable mistake. He has got to go. He's got to go. Brutal. I don't give a shit who returns it. See ya. Goodbye. It is brutal. And then, by the way, here's Aaron Glenn's response again. This is in our article as well. Aaron Glenn's response after the game to this horrific mistake. Let's go to Aaron Glenn. Quote, just understanding exactly where he's at on the football field. Listen, you're right there at the 10-yard line. You can't back up. These situations, we just have to be smarter. We have to be smarter. You can't allow that to put us in the situation. With the offense backed up, we're playing the field position game. We can't allow that to happen, yet he did. So, unbelievable. Let's read some of your comments. Let's get to some of your comments here on the program. All right, let's go to a super chat shout out from our guy J-Boy here on the show. Let's go to him. There we go. Wow. J-Boy, member for 9 months. I'm out, BG. They make 2017 Browns look like gods. If you can't beat the 0-3 Dolphins, who can you beat? Now, it's the NFL and crazy ass shit happens, right? The Packers lose to the Browns, but they blow out Detroit. Detroit beats this team. Detroit beats that team. Detroit blows out the Ravens, but the Ravens do. There's all the. It's the NFL. It's the NFL. Crazy shit happens. But in the prisoner of the moment, how can the Jets beat anybody right now? Because they can't beat another team until they stop beating themselves. That's just the cold, hard truth. They continue to beat themselves. And coach is like, boy, when does the rubber meet the road here and something happens? I was preaching patience on the Steve Wilkes thing, but good Lord, man. Is it the players? Is it Wilkes? Is it AG where he has to step up and take over? I don't know, man. But, I mean, this has been an awful, awful outfit so far. Absolutely awful. It's tough. It's tough. And I'll tell you this. Right, so last night, after we do the 7.5 hours of live streaming, after we do the 7.5 hours of live stream, I'm in the middle of that Isaiah Williams article that you guys see in the YouTube description. And then my fiance says, hey, can you go check on the kids? We have one of these baby monitor things. And sometimes the kids can try to escape their little bed thing. And then they can fall and get hurt. So I said, okay, I'll go check on him. And my baby was up. He turns 1 in November. And I sort of hold him because he was sort of half awake. I held him, patted his back, and he fell asleep. And then I just fell asleep at the end of the bed. I'm just like, yeah, fuck it. I guess I'll do that Isaiah Williams article later. And just passed out, just sprawled out on the bottom of the bed. I just, and I said, I'm going to wake up in the morning and hope it's Monday. Oh boy, it was just a bad dream. I've been told it wasn't a bad dream. And that actually happened. Oh, some Boy Green Coffee Club memberships are being gifted. Let's go. That could pick up the mood, huh? Let's go. AA74, thank you for the memberships. By the way, folks, today's the last day to submit your raffle ticket, so stuff the ballots. Today is Tuesday, September 30th. This is our last day for the raffle. Let me throw up the raffle items that are up for bid so you guys can feel free to jump on the train. Feel free to do so. Here they are. One moment. Yes, here they are, baby. Here we go. Here are all the items. We'll read the 5 new members to the Boy Green Coffee Club. But AA74, you're in for 5 raffle tickets, baby. These are all the items that will be gifted to somebody tomorrow on the show. We'll use the wheel of name picker and pick it at random. A random vintage Jets player t-shirt for the past. I think you guys are always going to enjoy that. We have a New York Jets sideline hoodie that's featured on the left. We have a New York Jets polo that's featured on the right. You have a personalized autographed copy of Beyond Broadway Joe, the Super Bowl team that changed football. Once a winner is selected tomorrow, I'll reach out to that winner and find some way to communicate. And I'll say, Bob Letter will sign this book, and then he'll sign whatever you want in it, JTS or whatever, anything in the world. It's personalized. You can do that out in the universe. And a one-of-a-kind Jet Zone full banner from my co-host, Ty Butler of ESPN New York. It's a cool inside look at MetLife Stadium, although our recent looks inside MetLife Stadium have not been good. So hopefully better times from yesteryear. So all these items are up for bid. If you guys would like a chance at winning all of these items, all you have to do is spend $3 on the channel to have a chance. I always recommend that you guys get in because you never know what you can do. By the way, breaking news. Let's send this in real quick. Sad news. Tyreek Hill tore his ACL, dislocated his knee, and tore multiple ligaments in that knee. He's going to be out for the season. So that just coming in from ESPN NFL insider Adam Schefter. Awful news for Tyreek Hill. You hate seeing injuries, and the injury bug has come out in full force. So terrible news that just coming in from Adam Schefter. But in lighter news, hopefully, like I said, you guys could win some prizes and things of that nature. I love doing these. We do these raffles every single month. All you have to do is spend $3 on the channel to have a ticket to try. There is no limit on raffle tickets. You can buy as many as you'd like to increase your odds of winning this. So thank you, AA74. Appreciate you. I'll put you down on our Excel sheet. And yeah, baby, you'll be in the running, which is all we can ask for in this world. And hopefully that can cheer some of you up out there in the universe, because boy, are we in it right now. All right, let's read the 5 new members to the Boy Green Coffee Club. Shout out to AA74. KB, Big Country 87, Swamp Ranger, Mike Perez, and Sweet Baby Jesus. And boy, do we need Sweet Baby Jesus right now. So appreciate you. Thank you so much, pal. Thank you for jumping on the train. So, guys, make sure you guys get all of those raffle tickets in the box. Let's do this. Let's just go to the phone lines early. Like, I could keep berating the point about the Jets killing themselves and why Isaiah Williams should be cut, but let's just sort of flush all this out of our system, because later this week, we've got Jets Cowboys that we're going to be at live. We have 60 Jet fans, all going to be there. And tailgating with Chef Kevin Gilbert and Lou B. Super Jets fan bringing his Sprinter, and it's going to be a great time, regardless of whatever the record is, which is 0-4 for the Jets. We're going to have a great time, and I can't wait to meet so many Boy Green Coffee Club members for the first time. It's going to be an amazing experience, but we're going to flush everything out of our system right now, and then breathe and turn the page to Wednesday and get ready for the rest of the week of Jets Cowboys week. That's all we can do. That is all we can do. All right, let's do this. Let's take a quick HEP timeout, and we'll take your phone calls next.
Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily. Talking Jets football, man. Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily. New York Jets Football Club. Offense, defense, special teams, watch Jets football with Boy Green. J-E-T-S, Jets. Let's go.
Let's go. You heard HEP or HEF, depending on your pronunciation. And I see Galatron76 here saying, I hope since you are going to the game, they pull their head out of their ass and win. I mean, that'd be cool to be there for AG's first win. It would have been even cooler to be there for AG's second straight win, but you know what? I don't know. So we'll have to deal with what we can deal with. So now the reality is that could be the first win for AG, and hopefully we're all there to celebrate it together. But as I said earlier, regardless of the result, I'm a Jets fan. I want the Jets to go 17-0. That ain't happening, obviously. But it's going to be the camaraderie. It's going to be the chemistry. It's going to be meeting everybody. It's going to be a good time. So I can't wait. So let's see what happens, baby. Let's see what happens. All right. Let's jump over to the phone lines. Up first, Ted, NY Jets FL here. Superman on the show. Boy, do we need Superman right now.
We need a lot, Paul. We need more than Superman. We need more than one person to solve this problem.
That's true.
Let me appreciate your stream last night. I couldn't stay up for any post game. I have to be at work early.
Of course.
There's not many positives to take. The few remaining things I need to see going forward. Well, Mason Taylor is obviously. I think I'm going to say he's going to be a great player, but I think he's going to be a good draft pick. I think he's, the fact that they're utilizing him is a good thing.
Let's give him a shout out real quick before we move on,
ahead.
because you're right. And you didn't listen to post game, so I guess you wouldn't have known anyway. But we didn't really highlight outside of obviously in the game when he's making all these plays, we were talking about him. But in the post game and everything, it was all negative. We didn't think about this, but I'm glad he brought it up. Let's give a shout out to Mason Taylor. 5 catches, 65 yards. Obviously a career day for him all over the place. He could have had more. Like, hey man, I'm glad that the Jets have whoa, who's this 85 fella? Let's try to get him the ball. That's refreshing. That's nice. Let's try to do that more often. So, yes, big shout out to Mason Taylor. Go ahead.
I say if we're going to go down losing or however this team is, let's take the training wheels off of Justin Fields and just fucking run a regular offense and stop being afraid. I know the first quarter, everything was great. We ran the ball, but we could have went back and went 4 wides and, ripped some deep balls. I mean, why not? Why not do that? I just don't understand it. You can at least see what you have in Fields, which I know is limited. Obviously, we're going to need a quarterback at some point. And the third thing is I would definitely, the Wilkes thing, I mean, I could see, I and everyone else can see a crossing route that has to be stopped and over was continuously run, which was never adjusted to. I don't understand how you keep getting beat on the same play over and over and you don't make an adjustment. So I would say Aaron Glenn really has to seriously maybe be the defensive coordinator also.
Yeah, I'm trying to, obviously that didn't go very well for Jeff Ulbrich last year. So every individual is different. But boy, how can you just say, well, but if I'm AG, which I assume this has to what he's been saying until he takes over play calls, I'm sure he'll figure it out. Well, shit, man, we're 0-4, man. A quarter of our games have been lit on fire with gasoline. Something has to change, and whether it's AG taking over or I don't know what other options even exist. Jesus, man, this is awful, and we're not seeing change, right? If week 1 or something we couldn't stop the run, and then week 2 we stopped the run. I'm like, okay, cool, all right, there was a problem, and they fixed it. Now it's a different problem. I'd prefer that. I tell that to interns all the time. That we have all these digital interns now, radio interns. I'm like, interns, I only have one request. Don't make the same mistake twice. If you're coming to me with new mistakes, awesome. But I'm going to, as soon as you fuck up once, we're going to sit down, we're going to break it down. I'm going to explain all the reasons you fucked up, but let's fix it. And if they make the same mistake again, I'm like, oh, so you didn't listen. Interesting. That's it. Just don't make the same mistake. And the same mistakes are happening over and over and over and over again on defense with Steve Wilkes. Jesus, man.
Hey, Paul, is Miami the only team who knows how to punch a ball out on defense? I mean, we don't do anything like that. We just like I said,
they must have recently discovered it. They must have recently discovered it because they didn't have any takeaways coming into this game, and then
that's true.
3 of them. The Jets are the antidote for teams that don't have any takeaways of the season. This is the longest stretch in 7 years that the Jets have started a season with 4 games and no takeaways. That is just
That's all I got, Paul. I'll let somebody else take over, and I don't want to. I'm sure the bashing happened last night, but that's what I see going forward. And you're going to have to score points to get Dallas because you're not going to hold them down. So you might as well just let Justin Fields go. Let him rip it, son.
There you go.
Thanks, Paul.
Appreciate you, Ted. Thank you so much. Yeah, it's a good point. It's a good point. All right, let's go to our next caller. It's got a bunch of people that want to call in. Over 400 people in the room. Like the video, hit subscribe, no matter where you're watching. Appreciate it. All right, up next we have Right the Hero.
Yeah, hey, nice.
Hey, what's going on, brother? Welcome to the show.
Yeah, I was definitely disappointed with the game, but overall, I love the Mason Taylor's activity. I loved how he was playing. Before, I didn't know if he was that good or not. And I will say, I know like Braylon Allen had the fumble. I didn't like how they didn't give him the ball. You know, they started giving Isaiah Davis more because I felt like when he was running the ball, he was actually running it pretty effective. And then all of a sudden they just switched it up, and I felt like that whole run game just went down the drain. But overall, like I feel like now that we're 0-4, I feel like we have to get more of the young guys more reps now. Like if we can get these guys from practice squad, maybe the Pritchards and
Sure.
the Skinners, and maybe Az Thomas, and hopefully Brownlee gets healthy because I think the veterans that we have in the defensive back category, I think that's as best as they get. I don't think Cisco is going to get any better. I don't think Stevens is going to get any better. And definitely Michael Carter. I think he's very disappointing. And even though I know he got injured in the game, but even before the injury, I remember Jalen Waddle got like a huge reception on him. So let's just switch this up. Like just keep Sauce Gardner. Because even with the first touchdown with Wallen, the tight end, they got a touchdown on Gardner and Stevens. It's not acceptable. You have two guys on him. So like let's change the defensive backs up. Keep Sauce in there. But everybody else switch it up. We're already 0-4. We got nothing else to lose. Let's get these young guys to play, so at least you can see maybe they can develop, and if they can't, you let them go. But I don't want Cisco or Stevens or even Carter on this team next year. Come on, every single game we've gone over 26 points. Like enough's enough, man. Come on, that's all I got to say. But I'm not really angry at the game because I didn't care whether we win or lose. I just wanted to see effort, and I wanted to see progression with some of the players. So I'm not really mad at Justin Fields. I think Justin Fields played a decent game. The offensive line isn't perfect. Like we keep
Definitely
on,
not.
they're putting a Band-Aid. We keep on trying to make believe Tippmann is our future guard. Tippmann is not our future guard. Myers is not our future center. The only people staying there is Fashanu and Membu. And Simpson, I think people not really talk. He's having not really a great year. So I think probably in free agency we can improve our offensive line, and hopefully we can draft another receiver next to Garrett Wilson.
Yeah, that'd be good. Right the Hero. Thanks for the call, man. Appreciate it. Yeah, a lot of good thoughts there. Yeah, Jamal Pritchard we haven't seen yet this season. Jet fans have been begging for him. Now's a better time than any with all the Isaiah Williams issues. In terms of the youth, Malachi Moore, Azarie Thomas, see what else you have, especially like in this month of no Quincy Williams and Marcelino McCurry ball. It's an opportunity to evaluate those linebackers on the second level. Francisco Mauigoa, the new guy they just got, Mark Robinson. They did bring Michael Walker. He's a veteran, but they promoted him from the practice squad. He's a guy that's bounced around the league a lot. Cam Jones, that's another one from the Chiefs they claimed at the beginning of the season. So we got some shots of him for the first time. Like it is. I love the youth. I love the youth movement and getting more guys in there. Let's do it. And to Ted's point, one I didn't highlight, we've been begging for this. Take a shot to Arian Smith. It hasn't happened one freaking time. Why? How about just for the fans, for shits and giggles? Well, everyone's asking for this. Let me just try once to throw it deep just to see what happens. I just don't understand. Man. No shots to Arian Smith. Not once. Not even the mere threat of it. And we talked about it at the beginning of the season. This was my thought on it. If on the first play of the game, or let me rephrase. You just have to hit it once. One time all season. And the threat of it is there forever. You hit Arian Smith on an 80-yard bomb to the house for a touchdown. And it's over. Like every single time the defense got to go, oh shit, that Arian Smith guy. And quite frankly, he just runs deep and you throw a chuck shot and it gets close. And then the team goes, whoa, woo, that was a close one. Like, I just don't understand. That's hard. That's a hard thing to try to understand. By the way, we got a massive super chat coming in here from Backwoods Aren't Cool.
Wow.
Thank you, pal. We'll add that to your raffle ticket total. Today, again, is the last day for your raffle tickets this month, so try to get those in, everybody. Backwoods Aren't Cool. Appreciate it. We look like we're a lower tier NAIA team. Glenn looks like he wanted to cry. Got that man looking like he has to spend the day at the DMV. I'm done watching for this season. Yeah, DMVs are never fun. And yeah, Aaron Glenn did have this disbelief look on his face, like when the Isaiah Williams thing happened, or some of the penalties, which again, the refs, I just saw like a highlight right before the show. Like, oh, dear God. From the shot to Jeremy Ruckert's back of the head to Justin Fields getting tossed to Joe Tippmann's hand to the face, like, man, I'm just like, what is going on? Home cooking is what's going on. I'm looking forward to Chef Kevin Gilbert's home cooking, not this home cooking. What kind of home cooking is this? My God. Yeah, that was unbelievable last night. I couldn't believe the penalties were getting called against the Jets, but it wasn't the other way. Justin Fields was getting mugged, man, and nothing. And I'm like, why? Why does I remember back in the day, and this is different because Justin Fields is not Cam Newton, but Cam Newton, he was like a big boy, and it was almost like the ref said, he could take it. Like, they just didn't officiate it the same way for Cam Newton as they did other quarterbacks. Maybe it's a running quarterback thing. I don't know, man. But let's just call it down the line. If you're going to call this shit on the Jets and call this shit on the Dolphins, let's even Steven this out, man. I think that's my request moving forward. That's certainly my request. Backwoods Aren't Cool again. Thank you so much for the super chat. Let's go to the phone lines. We've got Hep up next. What's up, Hep?
Hey, Paul. Yeah, I totally agree with that. At least call even. I mean, it was really disgusting, and it's been going on. It's been going on for years, really.
Yeah, right. I mean,
remember Zach Wilson? He couldn't get a flag
yeah.
for how long? It seems like the same routine. Hey, any news on the parking situation?
Still no. What's today? Tuesday? So it's supposed to be today or tomorrow. I'll check in with my ticket rep. And then, like I said, anyone out there in the universe that either did buy it from me initially or didn't. I know more people didn't buy than did buy. But either way, we'll make sure we get it all straightened out from that perspective. So, yes, I'm supposed to be hearing today or tomorrow from the Jets people. They said Tuesday or Wednesday of game week. So it should be coming today or tomorrow.
Well, I guess we're really on the brink of, like, the worst opening of the Jets' history right now coming up, right?
I read that on ESPN last night, and I said it because, ESPN, the four-letter words, are normally not wrong. But, like, we had the Adam Gase show where we started 0-13, so that can't possibly be right.
Oh,
the Trevor Lawrence year. So, like, yeah, right, exactly. They said that on ESPN. I just took it as fact. And then as we were going through the postgame show, I'm like, wait a second. That doesn't make any fucking sense. We started 0-13. There's been worse times, believe it or not, folks. There's been worse times in recent memory. It's hard to imagine, but it has happened. So I'll have to look back to see. But, I mean, the level of futility here has been pretty bizarre, especially on defense. They're averaging, giving up 30 points a game. This is the worst stretch in Jets history. They're on pace to have the most points scored against them of any Jets defense of all time.
Yeah. What do you think? What do you think Glenn does? Like on the plane ride home, and he's sitting there in his chair, and he's sitting there with the light out, and he's just going, "What is he thinking to himself?"
It's a great question, and there's two things here. I think this was before he spoke to the media. It had to have been. So in some of these road games, you're sort of in weird situations, like like Rich Samini's and Brian Costello and all those guys are sort of waiting for AG, and they sometimes were waiting in weird places. Like I've seen them set up before, like because I went to the Hall of Fame game, and the Jets were like in a hallway for this weird thing, and that's where the media was all gathered. Well, the reason why I bring that up is Rich Cimini, Connor Hughes, and several others went, holy blank. We can hear Aaron Glenn through the concrete wall. He must be ripping the team. And then he comes out for his press conference, and it's like, all right, time to press conference. So, that's interesting. Yeah, I wonder what AG, because Rich Cimini asked Aaron Glenn a question at the end of the presser, like, hey, man, is this head coaching even harder than you thought, especially this task with the Jets? And Aaron Glenn kind of like No, he like kind of like I don't know. I don't know if I described it as a laugh, but it's like a
Yeah.
unbelief, like a disbelief chuckle. Like, nah, man, I knew this was going to be hard. That's why I took it. And he said that's sort of like he sort of intimated that that's why I really wanted this. I wanted to turn it around. I didn't want it to be easy, although I'm sure I'm sure we all would have taken it easy.
Yeah, I
But
mean, yeah.
he wanted to turn this around, and all all the things he said before Vincent Company. So I do wonder on that plane ride home, he's sitting by himself in that front seat. He's just
Yeah.
staring into the abyss and say, "What do I tell this team coming back? We're 0-4. Everything I've been telling them so far apparently has not been getting through. What do I tell them?" It's an interesting question. I don't know.
Any news on Tyreek Hill? What happened with him?
Yes. Yep. The breaking news from earlier: he tore his ACL, dislocated his knee, and busted several ligaments in his leg. He's going to be out for the season. Yeah,
That's
it's
a big one.
nasty.
Yeah.
Nasty.
I
We
was
do
thinking
not know on
cardiac.
Braylon Allen, so that one is the one we're waiting for. It looked really serious, but there was no update from Aaron Klein after the game.
Initially I thought it was a shoulder thing, but I think it appears to be like the lower leg is what's going on with him.
Yeah,
Right?
that's how I sort of interpret. I'm like, oh man, but was it a concussion? Sort of how he was walking, and then I looked down, I'm like, oh god, that outside perimeter knee, sort of looks like it inverted, but like maybe not. I mean, I don't know. I guess we'll see. But yeah, it looked on initial. I thought it was concussion wise because there was like some helmet contact, but then upon further review, it definitely seems like a knee issue. But we should find that out. Aaron Glenn speaks to the media here in a couple hours.
Yeah, Justin Fields just seems too tentative. In the fourth quarter when it was like, well, fuck it, I got nothing to lose. He just started he started actually threading the needle. We saw Taylor get involved a little
Oh
bit,
yeah.
and but at the beginning of the game, he's like playing not to throw interceptions. He feels like he's doing a Zach Wilson impersonation, and it's like, dude, just get back there quick, boom, rip the ball and get it out. Don't give him a chance to even get on you. But
And
if
I would
part of
also
that's
like to see the energy because, so they showed a couple of shots of the Jets sideline in the middle of all this morass, and so the offensive players are all sitting on the bench. And again, this isn't fair. We're seeing a random snapshot, but I'm seeing Justin Fields in front of the guys. Like, Justin, maybe you're not a big talker all the time, but damn, man, it feels like the Jets need something here. You're the quarterback. Like, hey boys, don't fucking worry. We're gonna come back. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do. I don't care what you say, but say something to as they're sort of meandering. Can you guys fucking believe this? Let's go.
One last thing.
Yeah.
Me and Mrs. Hep, what we do is we listen to you. We turn down the sound on the TV, and we put on your broadcast. And she said, normally I don't like these games, but I had a good time listening to the show with Paul.
Nice.
Doing the play-by-play, because you're a fan, so when you do, oh God, it's like we yeah, that's right. We know exactly what you're saying. So
Yeah.
and by the way, also the rhythm of you calling it's getting better and better all the time.
Okay.
Every time.
Excellent. Well, I
Thanks,
appreciate
Paul.
it. I can't wait to meet you and Mrs. Hep. That's coming up at the game this weekend. Jets Cowboys. We will have 60 Jet fans all together for this game, which is going to be terrific. And thank you to the fans that makes both the show possible and, of course, us all coming together is going to be pretty cool. Regardless, of course, I continue to mention that of the Jets record. All right, we got a lot of people that are waiting to call into the show. Let's go up next. All right, Derek, I believe. Derek?
Hey, what's going on, man? I just want to show
Yeah.
my appreciation for what you do.
Thanks, man.
I just want to let you know, you made it palatable for the loss.
That's a gift. That's a gift. I appreciate that.
I just feel for all us fans, obviously. But I mean, we knew going in it was a process. I don't know why everyone's all shocked. I mean, I get the fandom part of it, but let's be honest. I mean, there's a lot of work to be done. There's a lot of pieces. And if we do have a high pick, I just hope we don't try to do the crazy thing, which is, just get a quarterback win. Obviously, you can tell week 4, there's a lot of holes. So you really need to look at, building everything else. I mean, like what that one gentleman said, the guards. I mean, guard play has not been great. Mm-mm. And on defense, I mean, it almost feels like I just strip it, start over again. Because, I mean, I don't get it. Will McDonald doesn't make sense. He disappears too much. Mm-hmm. It's just too many holes. I mean, the linebacker core, I thought we were supposed to be good at. And I don't know about that anymore. I mean, they just don't look like they want to play. Mm-hmm. And, it's just overall lack of talent. So everyone wants to blame AG. But, listen, man, he's not the one playing on the field anymore. I mean, I wish he was out there last night, man. I would love
we
to
could
pass
use
him
him
over.
Yeah.
I mean, gosh, I wish he would just rip the he's like, hold on, pull down my jersey. Let me go out there. And, You know, I mean, because he showed some moves on, on the Tampa Bay game, just in the dance. I just said, man, I didn't think he'd be that agile still, at his age. But we could have used him. But I mean, that's the whole thing. People, I mean, no one wants to hear patience, like you said. It's been 15 years. I get it, but look at Detroit. I mean, they're another franchise dysfunctional for a long period of time. And Dan Campbell wasn't year 3 when they finally turned it around.
Yeah.
So I mean, I know no one wants to hear that, but that's just the reality of it, man. This team is just not. It's not good.
I think the thing that's difficult to separate, and I think you're right, you nailed it, is that, we're in the middle of the longest active playoff drought in the NFL right now. We have the longest active playoff drought the Jets have ever had in their entire team history, as we're here at 14 years. And, with what's the number? Yes. With the Jets being 0-4, they have a 0.9% chance of making the playoffs, for those who are still curious about that number. So that seems unlikely at this point, which will likely be 15 years. And that we throw all that at the feet of Aaron Glenn and go, hey, come on, man, what the fuck? And Aaron Glenn hasn't been here. Like, that's not his fault. But as his fans, right, we just have all these battle scars that we're carrying. And so every time a new coach comes in, the ghost of yesteryear are like, hey, man, 15 years, man, you got to hurry up. You need to get us to the playoffs immediately. And when it's not happening, we're all like, okay, can someone else do this? And I'm seeing that in the comment section, right? People are like, all right, obviously the Aaron Glenn's era is over. I'm like, whoa. Guys, he signed a 5-year deal. We're 4 games in. It sucks. I don't love what I've seen so far in terms of record, but guys, we got to give him a chance to figure this out. He doesn't even have all his own players yet. It's been a single offseason. We need another offseason, and people don't want to hear that. You need another offseason for him to get his own guys in here and then see his vision out. We don't know what his vision is. We haven't seen it on the field, and we couldn't possibly see it. Even if we were 4-0, we wouldn't see the vision because those aren't even his players yet. So I think that's the thing that people are losing in the comment section.
I mean, you just nailed it right there. That's the whole point. I was like telling people, I was like, look, man, I mean, you could go to every dynasty team, whether, I think someone was talking about the Cowboys, right? When Jimmy went into Dallas. I mean,
sure.
I mean, you heard the story of Michael Irvin giving a list of players to get rid of. I mean, that's
I actually just watched that episode yesterday of America's Team on Netflix.
About.
Yeah.
That's where we're at right now. We're at the point of, okay, who do we need to get rid of? Okay. We saw during the Saul era, I think with Saul, there's anything we can say we learned during the Saul era is we realized that there were some problems. And yes, Aaron Rodgers, whether people want to admit or not, was a different problem. Wasn't a problem of talent. It was a problem of what the team needed as a leader and what the team needed as from a personnel standpoint and a culture standpoint. The thing that really frustrates me with Justin Fields, and I'm seeing, I don't know if you're seeing it, this is my opinion, what I see is it just seems like when the game starts, it's the training wheels on. Don't make any bad plays. Let's not try to do anything huge. And I just think he's one of those guys that just is a baller. You have to just take the training wheels off and take it what you're going to get. I mean, every team, even when he was in Chicago, it just seems like they just don't want him to play ball. And when Aaron Glenn said, hey, we're going to let him play quarterback, well, I'm sorry, Glenn. That's the only thing I think where you're not being honest about it, because whether your OC's not doing it. I also see a guy that doesn't trust his receivers. I mean, Paul, you played football. You know what I'm talking about. You could tell when a quarterback doesn't trust somebody. And he trusts Garrett Wilson. And this game looked like he started to trust Mason Taylor. But
for sure, yeah.
And like we all said, it's week 4, so new team, new everything. So that's also a variable. But, I don't want us drafting a quarterback with all the holes we have, especially when it comes to the salary cap. You got to fill everything else first. I mean, whether it's building the offensive line, this defense is a disaster. I don't even know where you start there.
Well, that will be the debate once again. Right now, we don't, unless you consider Justin Fields this, as I'm thinking it through. So, what was the year? What was that? 2021. So the Jets had Sam Darnold. They had the number 2 overall pick. They had the choice of basically Zach Wilson, because we knew Trevor Lawrence was going first. So it's Zach Wilson or Sam Darnold. And if you pick Sam Darnold, you could trade Zach Wilson, quote unquote, pick for a bounty. All these the 49ers wanted to give up 3 future first-round picks, and they wanted it bad. So Jets could have said, do we trade back and build the shit out around Sam and say, hey, fuck it, or do we just reset? And the Jets obviously chose to reset. We know what happened. So the Jets may be faced with that same question again. If this season keeps going down the path it's going down, I would totally trade back and allow someone else to go crazy for the quarterback? Do you take the quarterback? That debate will once again, prognosticating months ahead of time. That's going to be it.
I don't think it's a debate anymore. I think you really have to just, there's no point. You have Justin on a cheap deal before it comes to quarterbacks, that is.
Yeah, of course.
Go with it. I mean, and just keep, if you can keep him cheap and while you're building the rest of the team, why not? I mean, he's not, everyone's on here saying he's the worst quarterback in the league. I don't. And, but also at the same time, I don't see a lot of talent around him either. So, I mean, I would just, if I can keep him cheap while I'm building the rest of my team, so I can get to the point where I can pull in, whatever quarterback is available, I'm going with it. So, I mean, I just think we just got to be, unfortunately, more patient, if that's a thing. If you can say that after
we got to
15
keep
years.
stripping the copper off the house here. You mentioned, like, who do we got to get rid of? It's going to be blunt, honest conversation this offseason, which could lead to more pain before the sweetness of that great feeling. But, if we want to do this thing right, we want to build a foundation. We don't want to rush it. We rush this process, and we have the 2015 spike. You were like, we're awesome. And all of a sudden, we immediately collapse again. So I would love sustained success. And if that requires more pain and blood, how much pain and blood have we given? Like, what's more? Like we're already pot committed, for God's sake. So, that would be refreshing.
Yeah, I totally agree with you on that. I mean, because we've already done it. We're not, listen, I don't know why anyone's surprised. I mean, you go back to the Parcells era. I mean, what did Parcells do after his first year? He got rid of everybody. I mean, the running back, Adrian Morrell, remember, we all liked him, and even Parcells, we're going to run the ball more next year. Yeah. And he was gone, and here comes Curtis Morton. So, that people need to understand that, like you said, it's a process. We got to be patient. I mean, I can't live saying patient.
Yeah, I know.
But
it's a tough thing, but perhaps the right thing. We'll have to see. But I'll tell you this, Derek, I appreciate you calling in. Hopefully you call back again in the future, man. Thank you for the call. Appreciate it. Yeah, I love some fresh. Had a lot of new fresh blood on the show today, which I love in the call-in line. 500 people are watching the show. Like the video, hit subscribe. That's a pinned comment on youtube.com/boygreen25. I love when the coffee club can expand to some new voices. Great. All right, let's go back to the phone lines here. Up next, Indy Jets is here on the show. Indy?
BG, I've been known to add a little vodka to my coffee. It's happened.
Okay.
And I think I forgot to add the coffee this morning.
All right.
Yeah, it's
5 o'clock somewhere.
Yeah, right. When we talked at halftime, and you and Pops both disagreed with me when I said they needed to open up. They needed to open, even if the running game was working. The announcer said it several times about the Dolphins. Their running game was effective enough that it was opening the passing game. And just because our running game was working at the time doesn't mean you go away from the passing game. And the one play that I was talking about was they had 10 in the box. Garrett was out all by himself on the, I would say we were on the 15. A Jared Goff would look at St. Brown and say, I don't care what the play is, it's going there. They've got, and I don't know if they've allowed Fields to audible out of these calls. Last year we had Rodgers, who was audibling out of everything. And did we go the other way and say, Fields, what? I don't care if they put 11 up in the box, we're still running the ball. You can't audible out. And they made some changes late in the third quarter. Our longest play in the first half, our longest pass play was 11 yards. And then, that was the longest play. And then towards the end of the third quarter, when they decided, hey, you know what, we're going to, we had the long pass to Mason Taylor. We had a long pass to to Garrett. There was back-to-back good plays. They opened it up. We didn't do any of that in the first half. And I don't understand if that's a coaching, if that's off, or did they just put the reins? Did they just handcuff Fields and say, look, whatever we call in is what you're going to run? Maybe Fields isn't capable of audibling out. I don't know. I don't know what the problem is. But you cannot. I don't care if you're running the ball really well or not. You still have to keep the defense honest. You made a point about Arian Smith. Did he even get a target this game?
Let me see. I've got the numbers here.
I don't know if he did or not. If he did, I mean, even if he caught, I don't recall anybody ever saying his name.
He did not.
Yeah, I mean, not even a target. I mean,
Here's this. Josh Reynolds had 2 targets. He didn't record any catches or anything, but he had 2 targets in his return. But Arian Smith, nada. No.
nothing. I mean, we're not even trying. We can't sit here and say Arian Smith is not very good.
We don't know.
We just have no idea. They're not even trying.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what, Garrett had, I think, 2 catches in the first half.
Yes.
For 2 catches for like 16 yards, 19 yards, something like that.
Yeah,
They're not even
right
going,
around there,
and I don't believe he even had a single catch in the first quarter or a target in the first quarter. You just paid these guys. You just paid Garrett Wilson to be the number 1 wide receiver, and you can't look his way. That's a coaching problem, and we see all these penalties.
Yeah, so Aaron Glenn after the game, I don't have the full quote, but Aaron Glenn after the game was asked that very question. Like, whoa, you're paying him like $1 jillion. Like, why didn't you give Aaron Glenn the ball? Or Garrett Wilson the ball, excuse me.
Right.
And Aaron Glenn after the game was like, that's ridiculous. I'm not going to force feed the ball to Garrett if we're running the ball and having success. That was basically his paraphrased version of what he said.
Yeah, I think if you don't want to open up the passing game and you just want to continually run the ball until they stop it, and then you have nothing because you've not even if you're going to be one dimensional and they decide to stop it, you have nothing to fall back on. And all these penalties. This is a coaching problem, and I don't want to. The players in itself are ultimately to blame. I mean, they're the ones that are actually, but you brought it up in the very beginning of your show. The punt returner, kick returner, he shouldn't even gotten on the plane.
100%.
No, and there is no excuse for turnaround. I mean, he turned around and looking and went, "Oh shit, I'm this close to the." I mean, you could see it on his face. He had no clue where he was at. Like he probably just realized he was in a football game.
That's the thing I don't understand. So that's his answer. I don't want to play it again. I don't want to ever hear from Isaiah Williams ever again. But on his answer, he said, "I was trying to make a play. I saw 22 late, and I forgot where I was. I had no idea where I was. And then I fair caught it and went, oh, shit, I'm on the 2-yard line," basically is what happened. And that can't happen. He's an NFL player, and he's not a rookie. He is 24 years old, but he has played in games. He has returned kicks and punts under the lights. There is just no excuse. The Jets need to throw him off the team immediately and literally go to anyone else. Accountability and just common sense, man. Let's go to Jamal Pritchett. Let's finally give the kid a chance, for God's sakes, or literally anyone else. I saw your Michael Clemens suggestion. Sure, fuck me. Yeah, why not?
Exactly. At this point, Michael Clemens couldn't make any worse of a mistake than that. God. I mean, in all reality, I mean, we all bash him, and that's all fun and games, but those are plays that even college players, high school players learn this stuff. And this guy just goes, "Oh, I'm in the NFL, and I forgot where I was at." That's just completely unexcusable. They need to get him off of the team. But the coaching, I want to, I still want to go back to this coaching thing. Did the refs not help us? Absolutely. But I'm not going to blame the refs. It wasn't all on them. We made 13 penalties just because we didn't get some of them called for us. Okay, there was still the penalties. There was, maybe that Garrett push off. That was a little iffy.
Yeah.
Right. And I agree with you. If you're going to call a game, call it even. If you want to call every tic-tac play, call it even with us.
So be it.
You want to hit drop tackle our quarterback 5 yards out of bounds and we turn our head, or you want to throw our right guard's helmet off. Obviously, you had your hands to the face, but we're going to ignore that. But we'll call so I agree that the penalties needed to go back and be a little bit more equal. But come on now, we can blame the players, but there's something wrong in practice, and I hope AG fixes it. But there's something wrong in practice that does not have these guys focused and ready to play, and they continue. Garrett Wilson's a penalty where he illegal formation.
Oh yes, yeah. They kept having illegal shift over and over again. Yeah,
Illegal shift. Okay,
yeah,
Garrett Wilson. So what happens is he can't. So when he's in motion, he can't step forward and cover the tackle. He
right,
has
correct.
to stay.
Yep.
He has to stay
Stay
back.
off the line of
And all
scrimmage. Yep, yep.
yeah, and all he has to do is just continue to. You talked about it last night. All he has to do is just kind of a slow jog.
Yep, right.
He
Yep.
literally turned, walked up to the line, looked at the referee to make sure that he was lined up, even though he's not supposed to. And the ref grabbed his flag and waited for the ball to snap because you're not supposed to be there.
No. And also, just this is high school stuff. Like if I line up and I'm on the line, I'm supposed to be off the line. I point to the ref and say, "Am I good?" You going to go? No, I'm going to throw this flag if you don't. I'm like, oh shit, reset. Good. Yep, you're good. Like that's what the whole pointing is supposed to be, to confirm. It's not to wave hello, ref. How are the kids doing? No, it's supposed to be checking.
Well,
so, yeah,
they can't tell him to move back. I
no,
think
he
the
can't
only
tell him to
reason
move back, right?
the only reason they ask if he can't, they ask the ref if it's okay is so that he's not across the line because because yeah, but they can't, he can't say yeah. So I think when they ask the ref, am I good? The only thing the ref can say is yes, you're not offsides. Whether you're lined up right or wrong, the ref's not going to say no, you're wrong, you need to back up. He's just going to give you the okay that you are not offsides. You're still lined up illegally. I can't tell you that. But I think but those are mistakes that a number one wide receiver should never make.
Of course. Yeah.
So, I think it's the coaching staff that this learning curve that that everybody's in is starting to affecting the players. And they need to get that fixed. We need to start playing like it's the third quarter and we're down by 2 scores in the first quarter.
An urgency from Justin Fields, from the team.
Exactly. But hey, that was a great show last night, and we appreciate you doing it. Too bad, we're not going to put a show on next week because we've got BG live, in person on stage. Yes. So, absolutely. We're looking forward to that. And so let's go get our first win. Appreciate you, BG.
Baby. Thanks, ND. Appreciate you. Yes, for those who don't know, again, we'll be talking about about this probably after we wash all this out of our system today. Today is a Tuesday, so we do have Boy Green Beach Woody at 3:00 too. But we'll be talking about, I'm sure, on that show as well. Once we sort of flush this Dolphins out of our system, we're going to get ready for Cowboys. And yes, we have a meet and greet the night before. So anyone in the Caldwell, New Jersey or New Jersey area that wants to come, reach out to me. We'll get you on the sign-up sheet. We'll be in the private room upstairs at the Cloverleaf Tavern with Chef Kevin Gilbert, which is awesome, at 7:30. Saturday, October 4th. Sunday, October 5th, of course, is Jets-Cowboys game. We will be tailgating. Chef Kevin Gilbert as the catered food. Again, you guys had to have previously purchased a tailgate ticket, so if you don't, you can't just roll up and have food. Sorry to break that news to you. And then we'll be sitting all together. So, yeah, baby, it's going to be a time. It's going to be a time. All right, let's go back to the phone lines. We got 600 people in the room. Like the video, hit subscribe. Again, I think Isaiah Williams should be tossed off the team immediately. Aaron Glenn speaks to the media in a couple hours. We'll see if that has happened. We have a full article in the YouTube description down below. We're taking your phone calls, reacting to that Jets-Dolphins mess and everything else in between. The legendary EZ joins us here on the program. EZ?
Yeah, the Jets had a lot of issues with, thought penalties, if you know what I mean.
For sure. A lot of mental issues.
That does not give an NFL referee the right to look the other way when a quarterback coming back from concussion protocol with all the bullshit they talk about, protecting the quarterback. This guy gets, he wasn't blasted out of bounds, but when he was out of bounds, the guy did flip him over and slam him a little
toss. Bit. 100%.
Fuck that shit. I don't know. And then Jeremy Ruckert.
Right? And what about Tua?
He actually, if you look at it on replay, he went over his head. He didn't even almost touch him. And he got the flag.
See, that's what I'm talking about. Steven, right? You don't want Justin Fields. Justin Fields got a couple extra bumps and throws out of bounds 2 or 3 times. They don't call it. And I'm like, okay. That pisses me off. But if you're not going to call it, then fine. Then that's how we're playing. Tua on a key third down, he's running, scrambling. He's not going to get it, and he just drops like a sack of potatoes. He just falls, and the two Jet defenders are like, "Oh Jesus!" And they go to avoid him.
They kind of
Flag,
go over
15
him.
yards.
They kind of
Unbelievable.
crisscrossed over him. I mean, yeah, they hit him, but they crisscrossed over him. They didn't slam him.
Mm-hmm.
You know, no. Those referees. I'm sorry, and I know I'm bolted to the cross today, but it was not even officiating. When you see an offensive lineman with his helmet on the ground, there's only one way his helmet's on the ground, and that's because somebody tore it off his head. That should have been. But with all said and done, the biggest penalty to me for the game itself was when Ruckert didn't get that late hit call.
Oh my God, that one!
It was in front of everyone was looking. Even Aaron Glenn was so much in shock. He couldn't even be pissed. He was just like livid with like how do you not call that? First off, it was a third. What was it, a 3rd and 23, 3rd and 24, something like that.
Yeah.
Ruckert gets about 12 yards.
Yeah, something like that.
So first off, if he would have gotten that call, flag, automatic first down, plus another 15 yards. Where would that have put us? Maybe 38 yard line? We would have been in field goal range.
I'm going to be honest. I didn't even think about, like, obviously the penalty is a penalty, right? I didn't even think, I just meant from a respect standpoint. Like, I don't give it, like, you're right. It would have put us in field goal position. But, like, what the fuck, man? This guy's laying on the ground. The play's over. Go 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi. A Dolphin flies over the top, hits him in the top head, top of the back and neck area, and the refs. And I'm like, what is going? It just reaches a level of unbelievability.
Is there a process in the league?
Yes.
For a formal complaint against the referee staff?
Yes.
Good, because you know what? If I was Mike McDaniels, I would have called up Aaron Glenn and said, that wasn't right. Together we need to complain about it. Because that would be better. Like if Aaron Glenn because these guys are all friends. Let's face it. All these guys in the NFL, all the players, they're brothers. NFL Players Association. They're all union brothers, and the NFL is a fraternity. You saw how when Tyreek Hill got hurt, all the Jets they probably heard that leg go snap, and everyone took a knee. And everyone was upset because nobody wants to see a fellow player get hurt like that.
Of course not. Right.
No, but I mean, but it should be like that I hope it's like that with the coaching staffs too, where we cannot let these refs destroy teams. And for the last 20 years, referees have been destroying the New York Jets. And it's not just the Jets, it's the Cleveland Browns. These teams that have been permanently perceived as being shitty teams, so the referees don't think that they can make righteous. It's just the Browns. It's just the Jets. And these are teams they never get the calls. And when New England was going through their heyday, Brady got every call. God forbid a guy's hand brushed against the side of his helmet with an open hand like that. Not even a slap, just brushing by. Flag. I mean, they have to do something. This refereeing staff should be fired.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Fired. That will, but my feeling on gambling in sports. I think ever since the gambling got started, I mean, when you're advertising, FanDuel and all this shit and DraftKings on an NFL broadcast, to me, that just rubs me the wrong way. Because my grandfather was a bookie,
Okay. All right. Wow.
During the Depression, that's how he made his money. He was a bookie. My other grandfather was a cop. That's what was funny. One was a cop, one was a bookie.
Wow, what a family! Wow. Okay.
Both in the Bronx. Both in the Bronx.
There you go. Nice. Okay.
Yeah. Great. So anyway, but they're Adams needs to be cut.
Yeah. Hey, wait, Adams. Tony Adams?
Adams.
Oh,
Tony
yeah,
Adams.
yeah. Sure. Yeah. He stinks.
Yeah. Everyone was bitching last year when the owner was saying bench him. And it was like, oh, can't be involved. No. He needs to be cut.
Yeah.
There are certain players that don't need to be on the team next week. Just gone. You want to send a message to this team? What? Ask yourself this. You know,
All right.
whenever you're contemplating whether you're going to do something above board or not, you'd say,
Yeah.
what would Jesus do? Always
Self.
ask you this question. What would Parcells do?
Ah. Okay.
What would Belichick do? What would Parcells do? What would Vince Lombardi have done?
Yeah. Let's get rid of Isaiah Williams.
If you can,
let's stump his ass.
if you can answer these questions honestly with yourself, then you know what needs to be done with this team. And it's at the point now, I don't know why Stiggers is not on the field. I don't know why who's that other rookie that they have?
Malachi Moore.
Azaria
Thomas. Azaria Thomas.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thomas should be on the field. Moore should be on the field. And Stiggers should be on the field. Because if these fucking guys ain't cutting it, why even bother? Because they're the ones. Well, the ones ain't cutting it. It's time to go to the twos, because sometimes you have a guy that may not be the best player in practice, but there are some players that just fucking know how to ball out. And there are guys that just know how to ball out. You ask anybody on the New York Giants back in the 80s if Lawrence Taylor was good in practice. He was freaking coked out of his mind 90% of the time. But on game day, that guy was a seething, raging beast.
We need more of that, Easy. We need more of that. So hopefully Aaron Glenn gets his prop out, gets out his scissors. Playing rock, paper, scissors. Some snip, snap. Snip, snap. All right, let's go to our boy, Frank, here on the show. Frank?
Oh, it wasn't Fiorelli this time. I like that, BJ.
Oh, yeah. See, I'm going to mix it up every once in a while.
There you go. That's good. Hey, quick question.
Yeah.
I know you and I, we're still good with this bet, right? Yankees, Red Sox?
Yes, and apparently, I don't know. Yeah, you probably can't watch every show that I do. So we have that yesterday, and then we go to Manchester Show Boy Green Digital. That was live at 11 o'clock. And then someone else goes, hey, Paul, you want to get something on this Red Sox Yankees? I'm like, Jesus, do you people start a party? I'm like, fuck it. If I said yes to him, I'll say yes to you. So there's another Wounded Warrior Project bet. So I got a couple
I just
of
want
those
to. So the way I want to do it, if you're okay with this,
okay,
is
yeah.
that we
shoot.
Like if the Yankees win, or if the Red Sox win, I'll donate it to your dad.
Yep.
Put it under Yankees, but then we don't get the winnings. The Wounded Warrior gets everything.
Correct. Yes. Oh, I see what you're saying. Oh, a separate.
We're not splitting it
yeah.
50-50 is what I'm saying.
Yeah. Not. Yeah, 100%. I'm all in on that. So yeah.
Okay.
So straight up to Wounded Warrior. Not the. Yes, I totally understand. So I'm putting that in my notes, and we'll do it for Yankees or Red Sox. Obviously, whoever wins. I got it.
And then you just do it that way, and it's $50, so it's just an extra $50.
Yeah. Straight. Yep, I have it written in my notes. Perfect.
That's it. I got nothing to say about the game last night. I'm done screaming. My wife thinks I should stop watching. Maybe they'd win. I don't know. So I yelled enough last night at the TV, so I have nothing to say about the Jets. Sorry.
Touche. That's all right, Frank. Appreciate it. And yes, so yeah, we're doing some Wounded Warrior Project bets, which is cool. Hey, I'm all for raising money for charity, and we'll have another update. You guys can continue to donate to our Wounded Warrior Project charity through Saturday night at midnight, and we've raised over $2,000 for charity. God bless to the Wounded Warrior Project. All right, let's go back to the phone lines. We got more people trying to get in on the show. Mr. Famous Fulton.
Well, good morning, Paul. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you, sir?
Doing all right. Just been busy.
Okay, of course. Yeah, what's on your mind?
Well, me and my girlfriend are having an anniversary this Saturday, and it's 11 years.
How long have you guys been a thing? Wait, how long?
We've been 11 years.
Wow. Let me see. Do I have some sort of sound that I can help you celebrate with that? Well, I don't know if this will help, but there you go. 11 years.
I'll take it.
Congratulations, man.
Thank you.
What are you doing? What are you doing for 11-year anniversary?
Well, we're gonna go out to dinner on Saturday evening.
Where are you going?
I'm not sure yet. We haven't decided yet. So.
Oh, so you guys are deciding? Isn't that on you? Don't you have to decide as the man?
I might have to.
All right. Okay. All right. Well, what kind of food are we thinking about? Some Italian, some seafood? What do we? Sushi? What?
Mexican? Probably some Mexican food or something like that. Or
okay, nice. All right.
Yep.
Great. Well, Congratulations on 11 years, man. Cheers to another 11 more, pal. What's her name?
Caitlin. Caitlin Dunn.
All right, Caitlin and Mr. Famous Fulton.
Yep.
In a tree for 11 years, baby. Kissing. Well, congratulations, Mr. Famous Fulton. I'm glad that your relationship has lasted 11 years and it's been so harmonious, unlike some things that have been happening with the Jets. So, congratulations to you, Mr. Fulton.
Thank you. Yep, and we've still been practicing for the musical. Well, we did scene blocking Sunday.
I'm sorry. What was that?
We did the scene blocking on Sunday.
What's scene blocking? What's that mean?
Well, scene blocking is you have to read all the scripts.
All right.
Like for the cast, they had to read the scripts.
All right.
And then we do like the dancing and the singing.
Okay.
And so when I come in, I go up there and try to act, and it's a lot of work right now, but it's going to take a while to get it ready. So,
okay. Do you have any song you could sort of lay on us here?
I could try.
All right, sure. All right, let's go full screen. I don't know if you can turn your camera on. I don't know where you are right
now.
Yeah.
Just give me a second here.
Sure. Of course. Great. Yeah, this is what we need right now. We need to be serenaded after what's happened. So yes, this will be great. Terrific.
Yep. Hang on 1 second.
Yeah, sure. As you're setting up here, I'll just say to the 600 people that are watching live, make sure you guys like the video, hit subscribe, show your support. Mr. Famous Fulton is about to drop a beat.
All right, here we go.
Oh, here we go. Nice.
I'm singing in the rain, just singing in the rain. What a glorious feeling, I'm happy again. I'm laughing at the clouds, so dark up above. The sun's in my heart, and I'm ready for love. Let the stormy clouds chase everyone from the place. Come on with the rain, I've got a smile on my face. I'll walk down the lane with a happy refrain, just singing in the rain.
Terrific. Great job, Mr.
Thank you.
Fulton.
Thank you.
Yeah, congratulations on the relationship, on the pipes, both for the singing and any other uses. We appreciate you, pal.
Yeah, I appreciate it, Paul.
Thank you. Mr. Famous Fulton joining us here on the show. Pour one out for the homies. There we go. Very nice. Wow. All right. Back to the phone lines, man. This show is popping. All right. Oh, yeah. Johnny Boy is a good guy to follow that up. Johnny?
Is the rain that he's talking about all the Jets fans' tears?
Could be.
And that beginning part of the whatever he was doing with the doo-doo, or whatever it was, right?
Yeah.
Is he talking about our defense?
Yeah, it felt like it, you know.
Hey, came on here real quick because
sure.
Just want to say a few things.
All right.
First off, we can't put the blame on Fields on this game.
Nah, Fields was all right.
Yeah. Fields the playmaker, man. And
yeah, man.
Being honest with you, he kept us up in this game.
Sure. I agree. Yeah.
At what point do we stop blaming the coaches and blame this on the players? Illegal shift. Is that on the coach or is that on the player?
It's a good question. Right? Like the Isaiah Williams mistakes. Him catching it randomly at the 2-yard line, is that just on a stupid player or is that on some level of coaching? I don't know. It's a good question.
The 3 turnovers, is that on the coach or is that on the players?
That's a good, good ball getting punched out, right? Is ball security thing that's being coached up
Can
in
you hear
practice,
me?
or is that these players? Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, my bad. It was connected.
No, but I'm like, so you're saying these things like fumbles who are set on players or coaching, and I'm just repeating. I'm saying it's an interesting question, right? Is it players not being coached up in practice to hold on to the ball, or just players doing stupid shit and then they're just fumbling the ball when they shouldn't be? So it's a good question.
How about the momentum killers?
Oh
Driving
god.
down, right? And then you get a fumble. Then it's 10-3. You
Mm-hmm.
get the ball in the half, and then you got this genius of a returner that fumbles again.
Unbelievable.
Bro, it's bad, man. Like, I just don't know what, and it's just like let's blame the refs. Like, I can't do it, bro. I can't blame the refs. Like, no disrespect to anybody or anything like that at all, but I'm not gonna put this game on the refs because it wasn't the refs that lost us this game. We lost this game. This team came out, man, just like, what are we doing, bro? Give the rookies the time, man. Like, let them guys ball. But hey, appreciate you, dog. I don't know what else to say, man, but I just wanted to come over here. The players got to take accountability at some point, man. It's the players, dog, and that's my take on it.
Fair enough. Appreciate it, Johnny Boy. Thanks for calling in. Yeah, the players individually made a ton of mistakes, and I don't know if you can blame that on coaching. Now, coaching was also not ideal, but there was a lot of player mistakes. So yeah, I don't go to the point of like, oh boy, if the penalties were cleaner, we win. I don't know about all that. Maybe, but like we just got to handle our own business. So back to the phone lines. We have fellow Jets content creator and the one that ladies scream for. It's Ricky New York Live.
Hey, what's happening, Paul? You know, I have to admit I did not watch the game last night. I was at work. Now, normally I kind of try to keep track of the game while I'm
Yeah.
at work, but my luck has been so bad that I figured, you know what? Maybe if I don't watch, they'll actually win.
Oh.
So I tried some reverse psychology, still didn't work.
Nope.
But you know, I did, start rewatching it this morning,
Mm-hmm.
and you know what? The officiating was bad, uneven to say the least, but not
Yeah.
good. But
Yeah.
that didn't lose us this game. You can't blame the coaches, for all of it either, dude. But ball security, like, I mean, that's an issue,
Definitely.
and if people want to start, try to compare Glenn to Parcells. When is Brees Hall going to be like carrying the ball around and everybody in the hallways trying to punch it out as he's walking by? Like, I mean, he's had a fumbling issue for a while.
Although
And
no fumbles last night for Brees.
no, it was our other running back last night.
Yeah.
Dude, I just don't get it. But when you turn the ball over, 3 times in the first half, you're probably not winning that game. I don't know. There was one play, and there was a couple of plays that stood out to me watching that
Mm-hmm.
game.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, there was the one I actually thought, the guys are like this big on my phone when I'm watching, so I
Yeah.
actually thought it was Mason Taylor, but I guess it was Ruckert that got the late hit,
Oh
which
my God.
which was pretty atrocious.
Quite.
But dude, there was another play. It was towards the end of the game where
Mm-hmm.
Brees had kind of like a nice run, but he starts to go out of bounds, and he didn't get pushed out of bounds. He just like headed out of bounds, but he actually looked like he quit running before he even got to the sideline. It looked like towards the end of the run, he just kind of started jogging, and it's like, dude, you know what? You could have kept your foot on the gas and stayed in bounds and probably got another 5, 6, 7 yards.
Mm-hmm.
And listen, uh, you know, a guy could be whoever, and as soon as he puts on that Jets uniform, I'm gonna root for him.
Of course.
However, and you know me, like I all along I've been like, don't trade Brees. You know, I would like to resign him if he had a good year. Nope. You know what? I have changed my stance on that.
Mm,
Uh,
okay.
as far as I'm concerned, this can be his last year. You know, and and not only him,
Hmm.
but you know what? And I think that I you know what? I'm not going to give credit to the wrong person. I can't remember who said it, but
All right.
I think that, even though Aaron Glenn is trying to, install a new culture here,
Hmm.
man, I think that some of the old culture is ingrained in some of these guys. And it was mentioned on one of the shows the other day. I don't know if some of these habits are going to be so easy to break. Like, I think that some of these guys have gotten away with, mediocre effort, and where this losing shit was just okay, and there have been no consequences, no repercussions for so long that they think that, you know what, I can screw up here and there. Like everybody makes mistakes, and it's no big deal, and but it is a big deal.
Yeah.
Uh, and yeah, you know what, and like you said, it's going to take a while for Aaron Glenn to get all of his guys in here, but we need to take a real hard look on the guys who are here and figure out, are these Aaron Glenn guys or are they not? And if they're not, maybe regardless of the name on the back of the jersey, regardless of the number of zeros on the paycheck, if they're not producing, give somebody else a chance. That's it, because the name on the back of the jersey don't matter. The name on the front does. And
Hmm.
it's awesome to have a coach who wants to be here, that this team means something to him, winning means something to him, and it's to see half-hearted effort from some of our guys, it pisses me off, and yeah, so I don't know, some changes definitely need to be made.
That's for sure. Ricky, before you get out of here, give a plug to your channel.
Oh yeah, Ricky New York Live. I'm usually Thursdays and Saturdays at 8 p.m. Uh, this Thursday at 8 p.m. And by the way, I saw you there Saturday night, and I meant to give you a shout out, but we had something happen here at the house, and I kind of had to call that show, abruptly the other
Oh,
night.
no,
But
no worries.
I
Of
did want
course.
to say thank you, because I saw you
Of
there,
course.
so
Of
I
course.
appreciate
I
you
love
dropping by.
interacting, man. Yeah, of course, man. Absolutely. We support each other.
Absolutely, and I definitely appreciate that, and you know, I'll be seeing you in the future, and good luck this weekend with your outing, and
Oh, yeah, baby.
who knows? Maybe we get that first win with you there in person. Maybe that's what we need. Maybe we need you in the house to get this thing rolling.
Well, it can't hurt. It can't hurt, Ricky. It can't get any worse. So, hopefully so. And yes, Lou B will be there. He's bringing the sprinter, the beast. We appreciate Lou B for that. Chef Kevin Gilbert's going to have the food. So it's going to be a wonderful time. Here's some stats. I love stats. Here's some stats from Zach Rosenblatt of The Athletic. Let's throw these up on the screen. 1 second. Thank you to Zach Rosenblatt of The Athletic putting this out on the Twitter universe. Let's have some show and tell, shall we? The Jets defense has been pretty bad this season. The crowd says, how bad has it been? Wow. Thanks for asking. Let's go to it. Zach Rosenblatt's tweet. Here you go. The Jets have 0 takeaways this season. They're the only team in the NFL with 0. Think about that. There's 32 teams in the NFL. 31 teams have at least 1 takeaway or more. The Jets have 0. The Jets haven't gone 4 games to start a season without a takeaway since 2018. So that was 7 years ago. But okay. The Jets have 6 total sacks. 4 of those came in week 1. They had 0 against Tua. They've allowed 27 plus points per game in 3 of the 4 games. The other game, they allowed 22. That is, by the way, on pace to allow the most points the Jets have ever given up in a season. 30th in defensive EPA per dropback. 54.8% of the opponent's drives have ended in a field goal or touchdown, which ranks as the 3rd highest rate in the NFL. Think about that. 55% of opponent's drives have ended in a score. This isn't sustainable. The Jets can't win like this. Who is responsible for this as we get into the debate about players versus coaching? Some people are vehemently saying, guys, the players are fucking up. Some people like Jay Klein are vehemently saying, obviously, it's the coaching, guys. But look at this. Look at this. Look at this. We can't. This is not an NFL team. This is a Canadian football team. This is an XFL team. This is just unbelievable levels of mediocrity and awful football. I mean, there's just no other way to color it. The Jets on every key third down, seemingly defensively, they stink. And even when it works out, I mentioned the Jets had a key in the 4th quarter. They stopped the Dolphins, finally. They didn't stop them much last night, but they stopped them. Forced a 3-and-out. The Dolphins were forced to punt. And we're like, oh, finally, the Jets offense can capitalize. Isaiah Williams caught a fair catch at the 2-yard line, and that drive imploded. Folks, this is just hard to rally around. Now, luckily, I'm wearing the shirt, thank you to our number 1 Austin Jet fan. I'm wearing the Boy Green Coffee Club shirt. Because we're here together through wins and losses. And it seems like we're on pace for some losses. But we're going to be here no matter what. And it's sort of poetic. I just celebrated 5 years earlier this month doing YouTube content. And 5 years ago, the Jets went 2-14. That was my first season doing pre- and post-game. I didn't even have Boy Green Daily as it is now. It's a different show. It's called The Jet Zone. We did pre- and post-game for every single game of that 2020 season. And we're here again with pre- and post-game coverage for nearly every game. We won't have coverage this weekend in that form because we'll be live at the game, but we will have content coming out. You guys will see what I mean in due time. Folks, I took Bill Aimley. He gave me advice last night. He said, after the show, hug your 2 beautiful children and say, you know what? Things could be worse, basically. And I did. I hugged both of my children last night before I went to bed. My beautiful daughter, Zariah Luna, and my son, PE3, Paul Andrew Eston III. I hugged both of my children last night. But good Lord, Jets. Why can't you love me the way I love you? I feel like if you guys ever saw The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air and Will Smith, right? He has that emotional scene with Uncle Phil, which is like, why doesn't he love me, man? That's how I feel about the Jets. Why don't they love me? I am Will Smith and Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, and I don't know who I'm hugging. I guess it's the Boy Green Coffee Club is wrapping their arms around me because I'm trying to do that for them. Why don't they love me, man? That's how I feel about the Jets. That's how I feel about the Jets right now. They don't love us in the same way. They don't. But here's the thing. We have each other. We have each other. And that's what we're going to need through this. That's what we need through this, folks. And we'll see if we can do it. I want to thank you guys for tuning in to our 90 minutes of Boy Green Daily here. I wish we could be more inspiring, but the results are the results at this point. The Jets are 0-4. And we'll see again tomorrow. Again, we have more coverage today. Boy Green Meets Woody will be live at 3 o'clock. We'll have some more commentary, and we'll hear from Aaron Glenn. Aaron Glenn speaks in a couple hours, so we'll have some fresh commentary from AG to react to. And we'll be back on tomorrow for Boy Green Daily. And tomorrow we officially turn the page moving forward. Getting you ready for Jets Cowboys, our tailgate. Johnny Boy says, hey, Boy Green. Yeah, what's up, Johnny? Boy, it could be worse. We could go the season without winning a game. We could, Johnny. We could. We'll see what happens. Again, we'll see if we can turn it around. Thank you to the 600 people that are watching live. Appreciate you guys tuning in, whether the Jets are winning or losing. We're all in this together. Love you guys. Like the video, hit subscribe. We'll see you in a couple hours. Appreciate y'all.